Start, we're going to keep the pace up with tactical display, courtesy of the French Naval Air Army Aéronautique Navale, often shortened to Aéronaval, with two of the most charismatic box formation, bringing them back onto the display line and getting ready for a barrel roll. They stay in box and pull up for a loop.
And this next maneuver is very tricky. Minus 4G loop.
Yes, they'll be pulling up again into initially a half Cuban, but rather than either rolling out or continuing it as a loop, they'll be pushing uncomfortably out of it. There they go. A lot of negative G being experienced by the pilots.
Minus 4G in formation.
What does that feel like?
Ask my wife. Makes you look like a gremlin inside the cockpit.
And they're completing a half outside loop, ready to reposition still in box for a wing over. And as they pull up there, we can see in the left wing position Captain Sharif Hatouk. He joined the Royal Jordanian Air Force in 1986, became a fighter pilot. He's also flown the Airbus C295M twin turboprop transport. He's been with the Falcons since 2015. Now another of those quarter clover maneuvers, this one to the left. The idea is that if you put four of those together, they form the pattern of a clover leaf.
Tricky maneuver. It seems they've done a good job so far.
Very nicely coordinated indeed. And now we'll see the leader and the right wingman going into mirror formation, the left wingman performing barrel rolls around their smoke.
As you notice, we've done more breaks and fill in the gap, more breaks and more number 4 comes in, fills in the gap. Keep the people entertained.
Yes, it's a very nice new display for 2018. The team in Vic formation for another clover leaf, and this time this will lead into the inverted palm break. Falcons, of course, they come from the Hashemite Kingdom of Jordan, entering inverted, rolling out and running in towards us, ready for the break. The leader pulling up for a tail slide, the two wingmen likewise. Apexing at the top, there's the flat spin and the recovery. Hesitation roll. Ladies and gentlemen, the 2018 Royal Jordanian... the weather is improving all the time.
Fantastic. What's on then? Well, yes, thanks guys. Great up.
And now on your right, the fabulous way to end the excellent display of Lieutenant Andrei Fiorelli, start turn, extracting landing gear flaps, and joining the final for landing.
Both of them is available a variant that they call the high cabin version, which has a slightly enlarged internal capacity. About 350 of these helicopters, this one now going into a high hover and entering a pedal turn, have been delivered to date with 13 customer nations on the order book. Apart from the Finns that we see here, there's also Australia, Belgium, France, Germany, Greece, Italy, the Netherlands, New Zealand, Norway, Oman, Spain and Sweden. And the global NH90 fleet has amassed in excess of 350,000 flying hours. display line for a level 8, figure of 8, and then into a quick stop to the hover with the nose pointing towards us. Day air power. Not to display just yet, it's going off to hold to get ready for its performance, which will include formation flypast in the US Air Force Heritage flight with both a Spitfire and a P-51D Mustang. What a salute that will be in this RAF 100 year to the long history of military cooperation in the skies between the
our United States Air Force, we'd like to congratulate our partners in the Royal Air Force in a fantastic 100 years. Please join with me now and watch as this rare formation of... sharply and accelerate through the turn, forcing him into the seat with a force 9 times his own body weight. This would be an amazing photo opportunity to get your cameras working with a tactical edge. Showcasing his exceptional power and capability.
coming in from the right in the P-50.
Captain also announced set up to perform the maximum miles an hour. Prepare for Freedom's Thunder on the high speed.
Not the last F-35 we'll see in today's show, because we will be seeing one of the recently delivered aircraft for number 617 Squadron, the Dambusters, in our 617 Squadron tribute later on as part of the RAF 100 centrepiece of today's show. We'll all turbofan engines, very much evident in the first. To that requirement. And conducted over 3 phases, so phase 1 brought the standard Typhoon capable aircraft that enable the pilots to conduct both air-to-air and air-to-surface sorties, tasked in a single sortie. Most of the aircraft now are up to phase 2 with the integration of the Meteor beyond visual range, air-to-air and Storm Shadow standoff air-to-surface missiles. But phase 3, which is being trialled at the moment by 41 Squadron at RAF Coningsby, will be brought into service with frontline squadrons later this year. The RAF was really instrumental in developing an operational air-to-ground capability of its type. Results of those endeavours became clear over Libya when the aircraft made its combat debut in Operation during 2011. 13 combat sorties with duo Delta planes. Is at its absolute pinnacle of capability, but that will all have to change within the next year as the Typhoon will become the air-to-surface platform of choice prior to the full operational capability of the F-35. Exciting prospect of having a true frontline aircraft in the aggressor role within the UK, within the Royal Air Force, very similar to the Viper version of the F-16s that operate within the US. So, Flight Lieutenant Jim Peterson completing his sequence on the Eurofighter Typhoon FGR4 from number 29 Squadron at RAF Coningsby. Of course, there are more typhoons in the static display as part of the RAF 100 static area. Was involved in the Royal Review yesterday, along with examples of pretty much every other Royal Air Force active service type currently in mission. It'll be a really rare opportunity to see aircraft like the RC-135W Rivet Joint, the Sentinel R1 and so
thank you for your time, and we'll see you next year.
Nice to hear a bit of Polish rock music on a Saturday morning. Got one more F-16 to come from the Belgian Air Component. Very interesting, Mark, to see both the Greek and the Polish F-16s that we've had on the programme so far today displaying with a rather different appearance to normal F-16s with the conformal fuel tanks on the fuselage side.
Yes, if you look at the shoulder between the wing and the fuselage, drop tanks in that they only produce about a third of the aerodynamic drag of the internal tanks. They don't drastically increase the radar contact just because it needs to perform to the basic strength of the aircraft. They don't use hardpoints like drop tanks would do, which means you can continue to use those stores for
Just after World War II, they carried on and developed a great tradition of RAF aerobatic flying. We don't see it perpetuated after this display by the Royal Air Force aerobatic team of today, but here come the two de Havilland Vampires. Interesting construction, the Vampire. De Havilland, of course, had a great deal of experience of wooden aircraft, perhaps the most famous example being the Mosquito that was so effective in the war years. Always a superb formation aerobatic mounted. Pilots of the day said a little lacking in power for some manoeuvres and suffering a slight lack of a number of pilots almost getting higher jet aircraft with particular chance of taking control with congested handling jets. They would argue have never been produced. But like the two de Havilland Vampires from the Norwegian Air Force Historical Squadron.
Vintage Village or customer entry point. And don't forget everything that's going on in the showground today. There's putting on the Blitz in the Vintage Village that starts at 12:30, so after the Red Arrows display, we have that. So back over to you, Ben.
Thank you, Sam. And yes, as I was saying, the Vintage Village are quite delightful area, not least because of the superb array of historic aeroplanes down there. The Tutor and the Tiger Moth, as I mentioned, the Shuttleworth Collection have got their Spitfire there. The World War I Aviation Heritage Trust have got their B-2E. Bianchi Aviation Field Services have supplied their Black Arrow. They're like one of these on the top.
Formation, trailing patriotic red, white and blue smoke. Red 1 pulls them up as they move into short. Red 1 is squadron leader Martin Pert. Martin is a former Harrier and Typhoon pilot. He's previously served on the team and is in his first year as Red 1. Come on, the edges of diamond. Hand side, the smoke comes back on. Red 1 moving the formation into their next position. This one a very technically difficult formation for the pilots to fly. The aircraft forming into 6 line abreast with Red 6 and 7 tucked in behind. This is Phoenix. On the left of Red 1 in Phoenix is Red 3, squadron leader Mike Ling. Mike is a former display pilot in the team before doing 6 years as Red 10 and returns to the team as Red 3 for the 2018 season. The smoke's about to come on. Get your cameras ready for the Phoenix Present. Typhoon pilot and weapons instructor, and he joins the team for his second year. Red and blue smoke on and roll around the smokes of the rest of the formation. Red 1 about to bend the formation to the left with the smoke colour changing. This is Tornado. Smoke off go calls Red 9 as Tornado finishes and pulling up calls Red 1, Red 6 and 7 staying low. The jet's about to split into a huge palm with the synchro pair staying low.
Right car! 3 right car!
As the 7 jets finish their palm, look left and brake, go calls Red 1 as they pull down from the vertical brake. The white smoke's on as the jets fan out. This manoeuvre is named after the engineers that fly in the back seats of our aircraft between displays and is dedicated to Circus and to JB. At the front, and Reds 2, 3, 4 and 5 in line abreast behind him. Up, ready for the second of the Python rolls. As Enid complete their Python rolls, look over to your right-hand side for the nose lights of Jippo. Reds 6 and 7 about to roll inverted, Reds 8 and 9 will coloured smoke and roll around 6 and 7. This is the corkscrew. Go, call 2 and 3, the signal for 4 and 5 to start their rolls. The fabulous Jippo break.
Tremendous introduction there, but just keeping everybody up to speed with what's going on. I suspect many you, including the youngsters, would very much like to go to meet the Red Arrows now that you've seen that fabulous display. The next signing is at 1:30. They get on for 45 minutes, but to get in, you've got to go to the RF experience area and pick up a token first. Now, many of these may already have been collected, and you can get 2 people in per token. And just go along there to the RF experience area, let's take it. Next signing at 1:30. Now, they are performing as though on the fly time.
Tiffany 7J Spartan has a large cargo box capable of supporting almost 5 tons per square meter. The aircraft can carry pallets of platform weighing up to 6,000 kilos or 68 soldiers, 46 fully equipped parachutes, 36 stretchers or other combinations up to 30 to 5 kilos maximum takeoff weight. C-27J Spartan offers high operational effectiveness together with competitive cost, extreme flexibility, the best performance and integrity in early conditions, and unique interoperability in large conditions. Schneider says. In the full cargo configuration, it transports 11.5 tons material, such as light and heavy effects, resource identification more than once during the Ebola outbreak. First, the Schneider says. Thanks to a very versatile design, the 7J is ideal for roles including food and materials transport, medical equipment.
Leading Major Perez serving his fourth year as team leader. Major Perez is a highly experienced pilot with over 4,500 flight hours, having flown with the Patrulla in previous season as Águila 3 as well as Águila 5. Our solo. And remember the ancestor of our leader are from Sweden. Throughout the display, 3 aircraft will remain in formation with the team leader. On his right wing, in her second season, Águila 2 is flown by Captain García Malea, an F-18 pilot with an experience of 1,300 flight hours. Perfect this maneuver. Captain García. Águila 3 on the left wing is flown by Major Zambrano, a Eurofighter pilot. In his third year with the Patrulla Águila, was flying in a Morona race with more than 2,500 flying hours. Águila 4 in his another F-18 pilot, Captain Ibáñez. And flying as Águila 5 in the solo position, Major Marín, a Miras F1 pilot with 3,000 flight hours, will push the Casa 101 aircraft to its performance and structural limits. From a barrel roll in arrow formation. During this maneuver, the aircraft adjusts their individual roll race to match that of the team leader, seamlessly synchronizing the movement of the entire formation. While executing the maneuver, aircraft on the outer edges of the formation must use maximum thrust in order to maintain their position. Leading the formation, Major Perez, position as leader. When the maneuver is completed, the aircraft will sit into Hornet formation. And you can see switch into Hornet formation around the first part. The team display the high level of precision and training necessary to fly 7 aircraft in close formation while performing various maneuvers. And we can see the change to Águila formation. We will be ready. Remember that the white smoke you see is made by a smoke generating system installed on each aircraft. This system injects fuel directly into the aircraft exhaust stream, which is turned vaporized, producing white contrails. Again, from left to right, Patrulla Águila flying in Águila formation. A strong applause for Patrulla Águila. Remember that with the Spanish flag drilling the Fairford skies. Wow! Finish looping, listen to the voice of Major Perez directing the maneuver. Águila 2 and 3 propulsion value slowly turn the aircraft around its horizontal axis, skillfully activating the flight controls to maintain the altitude. Remember, team leader Major Perlitz, Captain García Malea, Major Zambrano, and Captain Ibáñez of the Diamond maneuvers. You can see the brake. And following the diamond brake, the solar repairs in order to join the maneuver with the corresponding aircraft and his reflection. The position immediately over the and behind Águila 6. Both aircraft maintain this inverted altitude with respect to the other alternative running around each other. Again and again. A strong applause for our single pair with Águila 6. Again, Major Marine now performs a series of gear-down barrel rolls. With the gear extended, aircraft maneuverability is reduced due to the high drag configuration, complicating the execution. 3 versus 3 crossing in 3, 2, 1, go! A strong applause for Patrulla Águila. The Patrulla Águila will perform a flyby in formation introduced to commemorate the pioneers of aviation. The Plus Ultra formation and Plus Ultra formation Águila 4 and 5 fly inverted immediately over Águila 6 and 7, appearing as reflection of the two aircraft. A strong applause for Patrulla Águila. She's mounting the Patrulla Águilas. On the Spanish flag. Have your cameras ready for this patriotic photo pass. You can see the colors of our national flag. A strong applause for Patrulla Águila. Seven aircraft in close formation. It's a very difficult maneuver. Patrulla Águila is the only national team in the world to perform this maneuver with 7 jet aircraft.
Was followed up by an anti-tank and close support version. And it's proved very popular with not just the air army, but also so-called para-public organisations, and Italy a good example of that. Its home nation, the Italian army, used it. Rolling out on the display axis, they'll be doing another high turn to the right. They're at 200 feet there. 120 knots as they pull up to 40.
Station leader has just called fighters rolling. So here they go, the Spitfires, Hurricanes, Lancaster and Dakota, the Battle of Britain Memorial Flight.
Helemaal oplappen, hè, naar die motorbrand.
have the Dakota, Lancaster, Spitfire and Hurricane aircraft involved. I'm delighted to introduce the Royal...
I'm gonna get them.
Coming in for a crowd right, low pass. Everybody get your cameras ready as we see the BBMF's 2018 display. Ladies and gentlemen, get your cameras ready as we see the Zoo Spitfires coming in from the left and from the right. It is my honour to now introduce the Royal Air Force Battle of Britain, Dakota and Lancaster for the first of their rolling passes.
The UK took delivery of almost 2,000 Dakotas, the first entering service in 1942. ZA947 was issued to the flight in March 1993 after she was offered up for disposal in 1944. By the end of 1944, the Dakota helped evacuate over 1,092 stretcher cases and 467 wounded personnel back to England. But luckily there is less call for defensive air gunners and bomb runners nowadays. Over 7,000 Lancasters were built, but only 2 remain flying in the world. The RAF is lucky enough to have one of them. During the war, Bomber Command suffered the highest loss ratio of any recorded combat. In all, 55,573 men were killed. And here we see the second of the Spitfires in the round of the famous victory roll. To commemorate the 120,000 men and women who have given their lives in the service of the Royal Air Force. For this reason, the BBMF was established in 1957. Today, the flight has 6 Spitfires, 2 Hurricanes, a Dakota and a Lancaster, plus the 2 Chipmunks used for training the fighter pilots. As you can imagine, our small cadre of dedicated engineers is kept very busy looking after 5 different aircraft. Ladies and gentlemen, that volunteer in their own time to speak about the aircraft. And back at Coningsby, the Visitor Centre, volunteers provide great knowledge of the aircraft and tours that can be arranged throughout the year and see our engineers working on the aircraft when they're not in the sky.
Memorial Flight Trickyard Display 2018.
Thank you very much, Adam. Well, goodness knows how many times I've seen the Battle of Britain Memorial Flight display over the years. That, without question, that Trenchard Plus formation. this year for just one mission: to attack the Ruhr hydroelectric dams, which were crucial targets in Nazi Germany's industrial heartland. The dams raid of the 16th and 17th of May 1943 was one of the most audacious the RAF ever carried out. It typifies so much about the Air Force then and now. The RAF and the genius of Vickers Armstrong's engineer Barnes Wallace joined forces. In double quick time, Wallace developed the so-called bouncing bomb, a high-explosive mine codenamed Upkeep. To mark the 75th anniversary of the Dam Busters, here we see three-ship formation of its aircraft past and present. Lancaster, forming GR4, lightning. Given that this is the Royal International Air Tatoo, it's worth recalling too that Canadians, Australians, New Zealanders, and a single American were among the crew members who took part in the dams raid alongside their British counterparts. Of course, here in the show this weekend we have representatives and aircraft of the Royal Canadian Air Force, the Royal Australian Air Force, and the US Air Force with us.